This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Hey, can we talk about this Raw versus SmackDown thing? Are you ever going to acquiesce? Are you going to listen to us?
No.
God damn it. Hey, I know that you hate when I do this, but I saw something online the other day that I thought was fucking genius. What if there were stakes to this Raw versus SmackDown thing and it had an implication for something at like Royal Rumble or something? I love when you guys introduced Royal Rumble and the winner gets a title shot. But what if like whoever won something or did well or whatever in this Survivor Series gimmick, they got some sort of advantage for spots in the Royal Rumble?
Like a job.
Okay, fuck. If we're just going to be real, let's do some questions here. I can tell that you're Pat, you need a nap. Chase wants to know, how good was SmackDown in this era? The best of 7 was just the striking gold with King Booker, the rise of Ken Kennedy, Randy and Taker, the stories of Ray continuing to lead to his big win at the Royal Rumble, all contribute to one of my favorite eras in SmackDown history.
You're welcome.
I knew you were going to say you're welcome. I know you very well.
I think, I just look at it, it was different, and it was a concerted effort to try and make it different. The talent, to me, just really shined, and Raw was a different type show. It was a little bit more established talent, and it was a different feel. But I do think that hats off 100% to the talent in that one.
Chase wants to know, is this the best Survivor Series of the 2000s? It's my favorite for sure.
Again, going back and watching it, I have to almost agree with you there. And since I haven't gone back and watched, that many more in 2000 yet, I think that this would hold up because from top to bottom, everything was really solid and felt good.
It is interesting. I do want to bring this up, and I know why it was done last. It was a way to bring out the Undertaker and send him home happy. But the next year, you're going to close the show with Batista and King Booker. And then in 2007, you're going to close the show with Batista and the Undertaker. And in 2008, you're going to close the show with John Cena and Chris Jericho. And in 2009, you're going to close the show with John Cena, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels. I guess my point is, you rarely saw an elimination match end the pay-per-view. It didn't usually go on last. It didn't in 2010 either. Even though the Nexus was around, it was still a singles match. That was a little bit of a departure for what you guys had been doing. Now, it wasn't from the prior year because it was definitely a team thing. I think back then it was Team Orton versus Team Triple H back in 2004. But this is sort of the last year that the teams would finish it.
Well, I think also, there had been a departure from the teams going back into the 90s. So there was a longer history of not having the teams than there was with the teams. So, that was normal really for us. It just, for those that really remember the teams and go back that far, then that's what they identify Survivor Series with.
Do you prefer the team thing to be the main event? I mean, you did it again, just a handful of years ago. I guess 2014, it was Team Cena versus Team Authority, but it is kind of rare that that's the way you do it with the teams.
It really depends. It really depends on the talent and what the main issues are.
Let's do another question. This one is from Instagram, a wrestling historian. He says, Chris Benoit, Ken Kennedy, and Christian Cage were originally going to be on Team SmackDown, and Shelton Benjamin was going to be on Team Raw instead of Kane. He says this was reported by Dave Meltzer in November 2005 and wants to know if it's true or false. And I can't help but wonder, had I not said that, if he would have answered differently.
Probably not, but keep in mind where you get your information, where the same person reports something 4 days after it happened as if they're reporting this miraculously new thing. So 9 times out of 10, your source is probably wrong. So consider your source.
Tony writes, since Eddie Guerrero was supposed to be on Team SmackDown and Orton took his place due to Eddie's tragic death, what was the plan for Orton at this show since he wasn't booked in the main event? And would the result have been the same with SmackDown winning if Eddie was in Orton's spot? That's a great question, because the way it finished, it felt like, oh, this was the plan all along, but he was a replacement. So wasn't the plan all along? What was the original plan?
You know, as I said before, there are moments in time where I kind of have a block for whatever reason, and the story beyond Eddie and Batista in October was to continue with Eddie and Batista, and to continue to tell that story of the friendship and grow that rivalry a little more. So
Eddie would have screwed Batista somehow here.
I don't know. I really don't. I really and truly don't remember, because I really and truly just kind of have a block it as far as what we were going to do, because it's kind of a traumatic deal that I don't have it. I really don't know, other than when we started the whole Eddie and Batista story, that was to go on for a while.
John Alba says, shout out to John, who's always putting us over. For some reason, I always remember the Dicks hoisting Orton when Taker returns. Where do the Dicks rank in terms of all-time tag teams? Don't you fucking do
100.
It. Oh, I thought you were going to say top 5 and I was going to hang up.
No.
How much of the name was a rib?
Well, one of them came to us with the name, and it just became go with it. And it was from an OVW deal that they did, and one thing led to another. And before you knew it, you had the Dicks on TV.
All right. We'll do one last one and then we'll get out of here. Ray wants to know, why is it that Shawn was always the last one eliminated from traditional Survivor Series matches?
Well, I don't know that to be true. I'd have to go back and do my research. But maybe Shawn just knew how to work them damn elimination matches.
I mean, really, in theory, you're looking for a guy who's going to have good cardio and be able to make everybody look as good as they possibly can, whether he's losing or winning. So Shawn Michaels is probably somebody you want in there most of the time, right?
He's a good candidate for him, without a doubt.
Next week, we're going to be back with you with Armageddon 2005. This is a SmackDown pay-per-view that went down on December 18th from Providence, Rhode Island at the Dunkin' Donuts Center. On top, we've got The Undertaker and Randy Orton in a Hell in a Cell. Big Show will be teaming with Kane to take on Batista and Rey Mysterio. Kid Cash will be in there challenging for the Cruiserweight Championship. Juventud will be defending that championship. We've got a 2-on-1 with Bobby Lashley taking on William Regal and your boy, Paul Burchill. We'll have the 4th match in the best of 7 series for the U.S. title with Benoit and Booker T. We've got Eminem with Melina taking on the Mexicools. Can't wait to beat you up about that one more time. And then we've got John Bradshaw Layfield with Jillian Hall taking on Matt Hardy. What do you think we might talk about next week when we cover Armageddon 2005?
God damn, do I have to watch it?
I'm sorry.
Bradshaw, Matt Hardy. Holy cow. Well, who the hell was writing that shit?
Well, SmackDown, you took all the credit a minute ago, so I'm going to lean towards you.
I must have been off that day.
As a reminder, we're doing a profile piece. I know how much you guys enjoy our profiles. We'll be back on December 11th with Rey Mysterio Jr. December 18th is In Your House number 5. I'm pumped about this one. This was a really good match. Bret Hart and the British Bulldog for the world title in a 21-minute match. Right before it, well, something a little different. Undertaker and King Mabel in a casket match. Then we've got Owen Hart and Diesel. We've also got Hunter Hearst Helmsley working with Henry O. Godwin, Hog Meat, in an Arkansas hog pen match. Hillbilly Jim is the special guest referee. Ahmed Johnson is going to work with Buddy Landell. That's a real thing. And then Marty Jannetty is going to team with Razor Ramon against 1-2-3 Kid and Psycho Sid. I love WWF in 1995, and that's what we're talking about later this month. Don't miss it. It's December 18th. Bruce, as I'm running down the card, you got tickled. What got you?
Old Henry Godwin. I got to see him this week, and it was just so fucking good to see him. Again, he's one of my favorite people just in the whole wide world, because he's always got a smile on his face, and he's just a great, great guy.
Man, I'm just, I'm fired up about what we've got coming here later this month. I hope you guys will join us. You get these shows early and ad free over at
What the hell?
We're doing a no holds barred watch along.
Well, you know what they always say.
I'm ready.
I have a Merry Christmas and you can have a no holds barred Christmas.
Stay tuned, boys and girls. It's going to be a fun December. We'll be back your way next week with Armageddon 2005 right here on Something to Wrestle With. Bruce Prichard.
Rock on. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.